Good evening, fans and friends of the New Age Revolution. Before you get concerned about the title of the video, I indeed do not have coronavirus at all. I am not quarantined. My family and I are going to self quarantine for however long we have to. Um, Probably not fully self quarantine because Wendy's breakfast is incredible. And so I'm probably going to go a couple times a week and get some Wendy's breakfast. But um, what I'm going to do, because as much as I entertain you, and as much as some of you need my content, and is that a an inflated ego statement? No, of course not. It's things that you have told me over the years, the last couple of years, what this content does for you. So as much as you guys need this, as much as you guys benefit from my content, I benefit more from you. And so in these trying times, we need some distraction. We need some relief, even if it's for a moment. We need that. It is a valuable moment. And because I have provided you valuable moments over the years, I'm going to continue to provide you a valuable moment in this time of need. And in turn, I will take a valuable moment from you. Basically, what I mean is every day that I am self quarantined, every day I'm going to come on here live with chat turned off most of the time, just so I can complete what I'm going to say. I'm going to come on here every day and talk to you for 20 minutes or so. I probably won't always be just sitting here talking, but we'll do different stuff. We'll talk about different stuff, just for fun, just so you can have a little bit of a distraction to look forward to throughout your day as things get a little bit more and more difficult each day. So why am I doing this? Why am I self-quarantining? Well, since going self-employed, my office, the office that I rent, I guess, is in a doctor's office. It's in a primary care doctor's office. I have an office inside of that office. And all day, sick people coming to see the doctor come in and out to see the nurse and then to see the doctors. And it's a hub of illness. And I'm there every day, 6 days a week. And since going self-employed, I've had the luxury to be able to take advantage of what is called telehealth. So for those of you who don't know, as silly and immature or my strange hobbies, put all that aside, during the day, I am actually a mental health and addictions therapist. Um, right, which might be hard for some of you to imagine, but I clean up well, and going self-employed, I am paid by insurance companies, um, and paid well. I'm not bragging about that, but it has given me the luxury of being able to sock away some emergency money and to continue to keep our home running and stocked with necessary items. Um, but at this time, the most valuable luxury to me is, again, being able to take advantage of this concept called telehealth. And that basically means that I can um, do the same thing that I would do in my office right here, face to face with a person over Skype, on FaceTime, or just voice to voice. Good old traditional telephone. So I am going to take full advantage of that. And I am going to work from home beginning Monday. Um, and again, that's because I don't want to be in a doctor's office. I don't want to risk bringing home any kind of an illness to my wife or children, two small children, and I don't want to get sick. Not because I'm afraid of dying from this thing, because for most that's not the case. But I don't want to get anybody else sick, especially my kids. And I don't want to be incapacitated for a period of time where I cannot produce. My wife has the luxury of being able to stay home and parent our children all day. Many of you will be surprised to know that my children are actually homeschooled. And so she's home all day with them. And if I go down, even if it's for a couple of weeks, our income will be zero. Um, One of the benefits, or there's countless benefits of being self-employed, but there are some drawbacks, right? I don't have vacation pay, I don't have sick time, I don't have paid time off, and I don't get paid if a patient of mine doesn't show. I can charge a no-show fee, but I don't do that, and insurance companies won't pay for no-shows. So if I don't see patients for a couple of weeks because I'm sick, I don't get paid, and I don't want to take that hit. So I've decided to work from home, and pretty much self-quarantine this family, because this is what the rest of the country should be doing. The rest of the country, and whether it needs to be enforced or not, should be on a 24-hour lockdown, with exceptions of going to grocery stores once a day, one per person, per family, per day, or to doctor's appointments. That's it. But we won't do that because I'm not going to. You know what to love and expect from this channel. We're not going to go off on any kind of rants. And for those out there who say, "Come on, we're all overreacting," no, we're not. Not anymore. Are we all going to die? No, but we're not overreacting. This is not a made-up illness. This is not a political illness. This is not an illness that's going to disappear in November because of election time. If you leave those comments here, they'll be deleted, and you'll probably be asked not to return to the channel, because this is serious. People are getting sick. A few people are dying in comparison to the amount of people. Not a few people, 8,000 people, I think, worldwide. And you can't tell those families that that's just a few people. So anyway, I'm not. I don't care about Donald Trump. I don't care about Joe Biden. I don't care about the Democratic or Republican Party. I don't care if you pray to God or if you pray to a tree or if you think that we're all just evolved monkeys. I don't care about any of that stuff. None of it. Don't care about any of it. None of this is based on, conspiracy theory or overreaction or over fear. It's just based on, me not wanting to catch something that is clearly out there and infecting people and then bringing it home and infecting loved ones. A, and B, getting sick to the point where I can't work for a while. That's why I'm doing this. So, but why do it alone, right? Why not hang out with you guys during this time? And that's what I'm going to do. So it's the self-quarantine day one vlog down here in the cave. And what is going on? So obviously things are put on a little bit of a hold, a little bit of a hiatus, if you will. The G.I. Joe collection has come to a screeching halt. I won't be buying anything off of eBay or Amazon anytime soon until this thing is over. But I will be adding a significant amount to the G.I. Joe collection, a significant amount, this Sunday. The toy show that we were supposed to have in town is canceled, obviously. But the seller, my friend, who is going to be, has hooked me up in the past. You've seen some of the stuff that he's sent me. He's putting together the biggest G.I. Joe haul that this channel has seen combined. All the G.I. Joe hauls that have been on this channel will pale in comparison to what I am going to purchase on Sunday. So the toy show isn't coming to us, but I will be driving up about an hour and a half, 2 hours to my friend Ron, and I will be purchasing a massive G.I. Joe stash, and it'll probably be the last, big recreational purchase anyway for a little while. I'm not stockpiling or hoarding money, but I'm also not going to spend it, foolishly. So that'll be Sunday night. Sunday night we'll be sitting down here live, and we'll be opening up the care package. Now, I only know of 2 or 3 things that are in that package because I picked them out. But Ron is going to do what Ron does, right? Ron is going to throw some extra stuff in there. I'm sure he's already confirmed that. So there's going to be probably some excitement flowing out of me pores on that night, and I'm going to share it with you guys. That is this coming Sunday. So that'll be like, I don't know, that'll be like self-quarantine vlog, I don't know, 4 maybe. If there are any freaks out there who are searching self-quarantine on YouTube and you accidentally came across me, it's okay. You can hang out with me. We're just going to talk about toys and nerdy 80s stuff here. So if you want to be entertained for a little while, then hang out with me. Everybody else, we'll, I don't know, we'll do what we do. Maybe we'll do it like live room tours or something, maybe I'll just walk around my room and show you some stuff. We'll talk about some of the stuff I've been watching, right? Because what a great time it is to catch up on some old classics. And I'll show you what I did. So, and this isn't going to surprise you about me, I'm sure, but my TV schedule for evenings includes nothing modern, nothing of current television, and especially now that the Yankees are, gone. But what I do is I go back and I watch my old all my TV shows on DVD. And I would usually just binge watch a show. And binging for me takes like a year. But, I would usually watch an entire show, maybe nightly, minimum like 3 times a week, maximum nightly. And it would get boring after a while. I mean, how many episodes in a row, can you watch of a particular show without losing a little bit of interest in it because you're watching it every single night? Well, what I decided to do was change that up. And tell me if this is not just the ultimate in nerddom. I went back in the archives and I basically made myself up a TV schedule based on what actually aired back then. Okay, so what I mean is Sunday nights, I watch a particular show. Monday nights is my wrestling night when I prepare for a Wrestling with the Past episode. Tuesday nights is a particular show that aired on Tuesday nights back in 1980 something. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on. So the shows that I'm watching, the night that they're airing on today is the night that they aired on back then. That's kooky, I know, but it's fun. And so tonight is Wednesday, and tonight I'm actually watching a show called Dynasty. That's right, an adult soap opera, an adult evening soap opera, prime time soap opera, I think they used to call them. I'm a huge fan of Dallas. I've watched that like 3 times. It's over. I've retired it. And now Dynasty is just as gripping. And what I'm going to do is maybe, not necessarily review those shows with you, but, talk about what I'm watching. I'm also watching the A-Team. When's the last time you guys saw the A-Team? For me, I never actually saw the A-Team in the 80s. I didn't watch it. I didn't care about it. I might have caught glimpses of an episode here and there, but I never watched it. And so I'm watching the A-Team for the first time, and I can share my opinions with you on the A-Team during these self-quarantine vlogs. Nightly self-quarantine vlogs. And I know I've come on here in the past and said we're going to do more shows, we're going to do them more frequently. Guys, I got nothing to do. We're going to do nightly live check-ins. They're going to be live because then I don't have to edit them and upload them. They upload automatically to YouTube. Why aren't the comments turned on? Well, because I would be sitting down here talking with you guys all night instead of completing this. So, they're going to be 20, 25 minutes long, and then they're going to be done and we'll come back tomorrow. Some of them are going to be shorter. Some of them might be outside. Some of them we might just be talking about, teaching my 7-year-old how to ride a bike. Some of them might be a little bit more mental health minded or mental health themed. Why? Well, because we're all struggling right now. And trust me, I know that some of you are out there saying this is all just silly and we're all overreacting and, this is, I don't know, whatever. They, tie it to some kind of political party. And, are we overreacting buying up all the toilet paper? Yeah, we're overreacting buying up all the toilet paper. Are we overreacting buying up all the canned soup? Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. But are we overreacting that people are getting sick? No. This is spreading like nothing else I've ever seen in my time. This is not the flu. This is something different. And while we may not experience major symptoms, the most of us, there are people that are dying from this. There are a lot of people that are dying from this. And, a mild case is still going to result in illness that I don't want to spread to my family, and illness that I don't want to keep me out of work for any period of time. So, yes, it's real, and yes, I'm taking it seriously, and I am blessed to be able to do what I do from home temporarily. But that doesn't mean that I'm not anxious about what's going on outside my front door, what my grocery store looks like, um, what the government is looking like, what the financial world is looking like. And it doesn't mean that I'm not concerned about what a massive unemployment spike will cause. Like I said, I am fortunate enough to be able to do what I do for a living from home. But obviously, most aren't. And so I can't imagine what it would be like to suddenly be out of work. Anyway, if you're all willing to hang out with me nightly, I'll be here. Don't know what time. Most likely when the children go to bed. But it could be a live, I don't know. Could be me outside in the backyard just hanging out with you, just talking, saying hello for a little while. It'll probably be from different angles of this room. Like I said, we might do some toy tours, some toy room tours. I might just grab something off the shelf and talk about it a little bit for you. Talk about my memories of it, like this. This Karate Kid Part 2 VHS tape, right? And we'll talk about VHS tapes. How great were and are VHS tapes? What are our memories and the good feelings that we had from these things? And you know what? You know what this is so you know why this is so great? A reason that I've never heard anybody talk about. You know what's so great about these? The size. You know why? Because today everything shrinks down to that size. To that size. But back in the day, we had to have something this big to hold so much footage and so much sound and so much information. And we had to put it in a machine that was even bigger than anything. Microwave size. Speaking of microwaves, those were huge back then too. But this is just like, man, this is before we could think of a way to put this onto something like this. Right? And so the size of this represents a time for me. Right? Because, when these were all new, people would get them. And I mean, these were like decorations. Right? Before we hid all of our stuff, before we put it away in binders, or God forbid we put it on a thumb drive. Or we didn't even do that. We just streamed it and it lived somewhere in our television. These were like decorations, man. People would line their walls with these things. You would buy shelving just to display all of these library style. The size of these captures an era for me. Plus, it's a fun movie. Karate Kid Part 2. I love it. And a great soundtrack. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do each night here. We're still going to do Wrestling with the Past. We're still going to do the G.I. Joe updates. But until this thing is over and we can go back to normal, I'm going to be sticking around the house. And I'm going to be hanging out with you guys. Because, like I said in the beginning, many of you have told me how much this show means to you. But I don't always get an opportunity to tell you what you guys mean to me. And me coming down here and talking to you for 20 or 25 minutes is going to help distract me from everything that's going on out there. So with that being said, I will see you all tomorrow night. The Self-Quarantine in the 80s daily Corona vlog is in the books. See you tomorrow. Good night now.